Hello everybody and welcome to the North American Star League Season number 2, breaking down the game. This is week number 4 and we have a very special guest with us. E.G. DeMuslim is going to be joining us for this breaking down the game. We're going to be looking at him against White Raw. First, let me go ahead and introduce him. Ben, how you doing, man?
Hey dude, doing very well. Just sat here pretty early for me. Woke up not too long ago and looking forward to this, yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure a lot of players at home are looking forward to it. Now, before we get into it, DeMuslim, if you guys didn't know, is ranked #1 both on the Europe and US server for ladder. That is quite an accomplishment to achieve. The sheer amount of games you have to get just to be #1 on one server is ridiculous, let alone 2 servers. On top of that, you have to be at a pretty good win rate as well. So DeMuslim has been doing so well in the NASL along with every other thing he's been entering. Definitely check out more of his stuff. You can find him at, on Twitter. He is DeMuslim on there. Also, go ahead and search Facebook for him. He's DeMuslim. He's the #1 thing to pop out. Ben, let's go ahead and get into this game because I'm sure everybody at home wants to see and hear more of your amazing handsomeness.
Why, thank you, Andre. Sure, let's go ahead.
We are on Terran vs. Protoss for Metalopolis, and I remember this game very clearly, but you're going to be doing a 1 Rax expand. A lot of times I implore all the people at home not to do something like this because it's so susceptible to something like 6-gate or some sort of gateway pressure. What was your thought process? Because I feel it's kind of risky to do something like this.
Well, yeah, I was kind of relying on White Raw being White Raw. He's a very passive player. He likes to play the macro game and prove that he's a better player in the long run. For example, when he played against MC in the DreamHack Invitational, he lost to the 4-gate several times, and he made sure that people knew that he won the robotics facility game when it got that far and such. So yeah, he's a very honorable player, and I played him several times in tournaments, so he's not once done any kind of risky, aggressive play against me. It's just been macro, so I relied upon that a lot.
I gotcha. So really playing towards the opponent. It's really cool to actually see that. So you're going to go ahead and 1 Rax expand here. I do. You know, that's one thing that players don't really do. They assume, or newer players, I should say, casual players, they say, oh, I need to defend against everything possible, so that's why I need to make so many bunkers and things like that. A lot of players don't, you know, right away say, okay, this player has this type of style. Let's assume that it doesn't even exist. Now you come up with a completely new, efficient build. Really clever play coming out from you, DeMuslim. Now look at this. In the bottom middle position, we have this engineering bay. I want to talk a little bit about this because I feel it does delay your double barracks that's going to be coming out pretty soon and your refineries. Is it going to be that much? I mean, it's 125 minerals that is committed to the engineering bay. What's the thought process behind this?
Well, the thought process behind this is very simple. Scouted his base, or he's only got 1 gate. So I don't really need to have those 2 barracks up in time, you know, for anything, because nothing's going to be coming at me that's going to be of any threat. I've got a bunker up, I've got 4 Marines that can stop anything, so delaying that Nexus, which he had 400 minerals when I started putting it down, it was like, it just seemed perfect timing, because I'm not worried about anything coming, and yeah, so if you're not going to worry, delay is natural. I mean, it's really good play. Yeah, I can't really describe it any better than that.
Well, what if something like a 4-gate happened? I mean, what precautionary measures have you already taken? Is this the 4 Marines in the bunker going to be enough to defend against something like that?
Yeah, when the 4-gate happens, I can defend against that easily. Later on, you'll see me popping up an extra bunker or 2. That's all precautions for what happens next. Since, like a chess player, you have to think like 20 moves ahead of what's happening. I've already thought what he could like resort into with me putting down the engineering bay. It can either be putting his natural somewhere, or putting his first expand somewhere else, or he can go aggressive, or he can go tech path. So I've taken those 3 steps and then said, okay, well, if he's going to do any one of them, I'm going to be prepared for it.
And there you go. I'm going to pause it right here. I want to just mention very quickly, you started this bunker just around, I believe, the 6-minute timing. It was a little bit less than 550. So because of that, it actually times out with the 6-minute 30-second timing that normally comes out from Eco 4 gates. And that should take care of it. Once you have 2 bunkers up, of course, I like the positioning. It's right near all of the SCVs. They can go and repair that very easily. It makes it such an efficient way to play. Again, just theoretically, theory crafting how to defeat a 4-gate with your build. So it's a really put together nicely done Muslim. I'm sorry, I did start it up again. I'm sure you saw that as it was. But White Raw is going to take this bottom right-hand position. You still don't have any indications of what he is doing. Are you scared at any point right now of like some sort of all-in?
I am actually. Like, I'm a little worried about all-ins that you can possibly do, but these Stalkers are like a pretty big indicator of he's just using Scout. I kicked one off, which is very good for me. That makes me feel confident. He's running back too, and like, he's a smart player, so he could be hiding sentries somewhere behind this and just building up energy. I have no idea what he's doing. And on hindsight, I probably should have had another SCV on the map somewhere. Like, Protoss players have a probe ready to put down a pylon.
Yeah.
But I should have just had one ready to literally go in and scout and be a suicide one. Since looking at this replay from like the whole perspective, he's got his more first bait or first natural up, I guess, up and running, like pretty nicely saturated too. He's like running around and putting up his third base too. So
yes.
Yeah, I had no idea this was going on. I had an inkling, but I had an inkling about several things going on, so I couldn't put him on one to be like for sure.
Now, I want to pause it right now really quickly. We're at the 8 minutes and 7-second timing. I want to ask you specifically about the add-ons on your barracks. You went add-ons actually before putting down this factory. I've seen 2 different styles. You get 1 tac lab and just get mass marines and throw in a little marauders here and there. And then you add on the factory. Or you can do this type of style. Can you talk a little bit about why you actually went for the add-ons first before getting the factory?
I was a little worried about a Blink Stalker all-in, given that he has only shown me Stalkers so far and I haven't scouted anything. It's a very viable opening on this map. Like, if you see my bunker placement, he can blink 1 Stalker onto the ramp, run up, and then have Blink Stalkers at the bottom, like outside my main base of that ramp, and then blink into my main. And you need Marauders to deal with that. That's one thing I was worried about, and I was a little cautious about it, so that scared me a lot. But yeah, if he was going to do that, I had to have the Marauders ready. On another map, I may not necessarily do this build and may not necessarily get Marauders out as fast as I did here.
Gotcha.
But that's what I was thinking about. That was one of the main threats in my mind.
Gotcha. So let's go ahead and play this again, and 3, 2, 1, go. So now you followed up with getting a 3rd command center. I want to ask you about this 3rd command center now. It's placed after the factory. What is the intentions of this command center actually timed out? Would it have been better in hindsight now to put it before the factory, or you like this positioning where the economy kicks in, you're actually getting the starport at a good time and the command center at a good time?
I actually like this. It's very risky getting it this early, given it was like around 50 supply. But again, I was like pinning him on getting that like this 3 base of his, and earlier on, which I didn't mention, I scanned his natural to make sure it was going down, and I scanned the natural at a really important time as a Maynard transfer was going to the 3rd base, or what I assumed to be his 3rd base. So I saw everything that was going down, and I knew that I could put down this command center here and be safe with it.
All right, well, we do see the switch going off now. Interesting enough, you're actually making a reactor on your factory. Again, always keeping that factory moving and doing a lot of work. Now, a lot of people scout with this factory. Do you really care about that as much, or you think this factory should always be working for you, for whether it be for barracks or whether it be for additional starports?
Completely depends on the map, but a map like this, usually I would always scout with it for that 3rd base, but I know he has the 3rd base already, so I'm just going to use that factory to save seconds where I can put up a reactor, which takes a long time to build for my like 4th and 5th barrack. So yeah, normal situation, if I don't know they've got a 3rd, I'll go make sure that he scouts for the 3rd or scouts their tech if he's going Colossus or whatever. But if he has already gone 3 base, which I know he has for sure, going to keep him around, and I'm knowing then that he's not going for Colossus tech if he's got fast 3 base, he's going straight Gateway Army with High Templars. So I've like, just from that scan where I saw the Maynard transfer, I can like rule out several things he's going to be doing and completely pin him on one.
Gotcha. So you know for a fact he's doing a mass gateway army. That's why. Let's go ahead and check your starport. It has gotten an additional 2 medevacs. You're up to 4 medevacs now. Now, talk a little bit about this timing push that you're doing right now. Is this meant to actually kill your opponent, or is it meant to do damage? What exactly are you trying to accomplish with this one attack?
Okay, this push is definitely like way before he'd have storm or anything. This is like a scouting push. Like, he may have charge, which he does, and this attack is meant to scout what army he has, so I can prepare for it later on. But also, I know it's an army that can get away. So here I'm sending a small squad in front, so I can like see exactly what he has. I've seen what he has. Now I'm just going to run away.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it's not meant to kill him at all. It's literally just meant to scout him out. And if he is underprepared, if he went for the High Templar tech instead of like the mass charge, which people can do, then I can really punish him. So also it's there to like get my third ready, you know. So I transferred my third while that's going on. It's all like saving time and checking out what he actually has.
For sure, and it looks like he's putting the aggression now on you. And these group of units, they need to get out of here. Of course, you will back up eventually. This is just so many zealots. Now, when you see this many zealots, what's going on in your mind? I mean, this is a very, very dangerous force to be going up against.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the thing is, seeing this many zealots, I know what's going to come after it, which I'm more scared of, which is the High Templar.
Yeah.
So I've got several forces about the map. Zealots on their own without the High Templars aren't that scary, and if you can get into a good position against them, then they're not scary at all, which at this point it kind of looks like I'm getting swarmed, but yeah, I'm really comfortable. I get into a choke so I can take them off. This is like Sparta, you know, like the movie 300. This is where I can take them all out, being like a lesser force, but you know, just good position.
Yeah.
He's doing quite well, taking out quite a few of my SCVs, but at this point, like, he should have kept, even though he's killing SCVs, my armies are mounting, and he's just wasting zealots here. Even though he's killing SCVs, I don't really need them at this point. I've got a good army. He's the one that needs to get an army together, and when he is killing SCVs, I don't really mind at this point. I mean, my army's looking pretty healthy, even though that's not all of it at my third base. There's a lot of the natural still, and my upgrades get doing good. Eventually, I'll switch to Ghost because I know what's coming next, but here now I know is my time window. Like that, those warp gates, they don't have enough time to kick in and build out like 4 more waves, which is really what he needs. So I'm just thinking like, okay, I need to go right now. And I think my two weapon upgrade is going to finish. So really, really good timing. And yeah, I know at this point, like, I'm going to punish him no matter what he has, because I know that he hasn't got much.
Gotcha. Let me go ahead and pause it right before this huge attack. I want to just go over that one defense, which was so pivotal, and it's actually your medevac count, which was so alarmingly large for, you know, generally a pretty, you know, not a standard time to get that many medevacs. And it all came back to your initial read where you said, okay, an early third, I know my opponent is forced on this unit composition, not getting those Vikings out very intelligently, then going medevacs instead. It really made such a huge difference. I'm going to unpause it now, just, you know, again, showcasing to Muslim your great decision making. Now going to be stimming in here, and it looks like, as you said, you're going to catch your opponent at the worst time possible. It looks like units are all the way on the top ground. Of course, you pick off the High Templars at this perfect time. Did you know, I mean, there's no real indication of knowing when this storm was going to be up, but did you think that you were going to be dead, or, you know, this is going to be something if the storm was out?
If the storm was out, I'm pretty sure I can still do a lot of damage. My upgrades are good. I've got medevacs. I can micro out of the storms. I mean, it would make things a lot tougher, but this was my timing window, if you like. I knew I was going to do a lot of damage, and given that he lost so many zealots, like literally 4,000 minerals worth almost, I knew that I was going to do a lot of damage with this push, even if he has storm. Yeah. And given the fact that when I was running over, like, most of his army was in his main base, that's not like a confident, aggressive position to be in if you're a Protoss that's winning the game. That's if you're scared. So as soon as I was looking at him, I was just thinking, okay, if I was White Wrath and I was like confident to win this game, and if I had storm, I would not be sitting in my main base. So everything, I was taking it into account. If I was in his position, then I'd be this. He, like, you know, some people refer to bucks and stuff, like acting strong when you're actually weak and stuff. Well, he acted weak when he was actually weak, so I totally like took that into account and went for it.
Gotcha. Well, you can see that you're just clearing everything up, catching Archons. The activity with your Marines and Marauders are just constant. you never seem to actually stop as soon as this aggression goes down. And now that you cleaned up the main damaging units, it looks like you will clean up the third as well. Lightrod desperately struggling just to get any form of DPS, but at this point, you're just overwhelmingly ahead. And then, of course, White Raw sees it. Is this GG? So Demuslim, very, very well played in this. I have to say your timing on that was perfect, and I really appreciate everything you know, you put into this. Again, for those of you at home that are wondering where to find Demuslim, I know you stream. You have a Twitter and Facebook. Why don't you go ahead and let us know about that, Demuslim, right now?
Well, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. My nickname's Demuslim on there. I stream pretty often. I started streaming a lot more regularly. I'm doing commentary with that, so anything that you saw in this replay, I can totally tell you as I'm actually playing the game live. While it may not be perfect, I'm doing the best I can. I'm sure I'll get better. I'm very new to it. Also, Facebook, Demuslim UK is my nickname there. I'm playing for Team Evil Geniuses, so go check out their website, myeg.net too, and just keep on supporting me. I mean,
yeah.
I've been out for a long time. I didn't get to participate in the first NASL season due to NASL thinking I wasn't ready. So, yeah, I'm glad that I can prove them that, yeah, even though they think or thought I wasn't ready, I probably wasn't at the time on hindsight, but, yeah, I'm showing you guys that you were missing out on the first season without me. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I'm going to be a guy to stick around for the long run since I'm taking it very seriously. I've moved to America to fulfill, like, my destiny, if you like, and, yeah, I'm very happy with how everything's going, and I think I'm going to be a guy to be around and one to watch for the long run. Definitely,
Demuslim. Well, thank you so much for your time. Again, you're an awesome player, and I can't wait to see how you do in the rest of the season, man.
Yeah, thank you, Andre, and it's good to be back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's going to do it. I hope you guys like the updated breaking down the game. We really thought it would be a great idea, and all these players are so willing, and they love to just get out there and show you guys how smart they actually are. So if you do like it, please send us your thoughts, your comments, everything that you possibly can at support@nasl.tv. Also, if you have someone in mind that you really want to see breaking down the game, please email us at breakdown@nasl.tv. That being said, everybody, thank you so much from everybody here at the North American Star League. We will catch you guys later. See ya.